Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This is for all signs of the zodiac. It's for everyone who watches, and it's the horoscope for Monday the 27th of April going through until Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. I'm going to give you a day-by-day rundown of what's happening in the week, and I look at what relationships the planets form with one another up in the sky, how that's going to affect us down here on planet Earth, because as above, so below. That's what astrology is based on. And it's taking the astrological temperature to see what this week is going to be about. So on Monday the 27th of April, the moon goes into Cancer at 5:29 in the evening. So the moon rules Cancer. It loves being in Cancer. The moon in Cancer is very nurturing, very loving. It's self-care is an easy and important thing that you recognize. Mothering other people, whether you're a female or a male, it does not matter. You really feel like you're responsible for other people and you really want to be of service, naturally. Mercury, the communication planet, moves into Taurus, a sign which is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty. Taurus is the most earthy, and it's a bull. It's really heavy, and yeah. Remember those horrible people in Spain, the matadors with the bulls? I mean, they're exceptional creatures, bulls, and they have so much power. And I mean, to me, a bull, like, I remember when I was a kid, there was this girl, she said, "Fine, I'll do it. For you, I'd kill a bull." She always said that. It was like one of her catchphrases. And a bull is seen as an exceptional foe. It's like a tank, a weapon. So Taurus, super earthy, and the bull also, it's ruled by Venus, so it's the body, and it's the body as something that nurtures you, and using the body as, what was it? The body is the garden of the soul. That was in Angels in America. They said that in there. The body is the garden of the soul. So Mercury in Taurus allows you to tend to that garden, because Mercury is communication and the way you think, and Taurus is earth. It's the body, it's everything, it's money, jobs. So Monday the 27th, communication is exceptionally good, practical with yourself, with other people. You can explain concrete steps that other people need to take or ideas, and you're able to express those and explain them to other people who are going to understand you easily, and they'll have time to listen. If you need to get something off your chest, if you want to come out, or if there's a resentment that you want to resolve, Monday is the time to do it. It's time for therapy, Cancer moon, self-nurturing. It's all about using communication as a healing tool, which is interesting that I'm using all this military speak, like we've got the bull, which is a weapon, and then we've got healing on the other side. So Monday is a contradiction in itself, because Mercury is in Taurus, which is loving, sensual, body, physical, but it's also really strong. And then we've got the moon in Cancer, which is nurturing and loving. So you get the best of the bull. You get the bull in love mode. And that's why you're strong, and other people are strong emotionally, and you can really connect with one another and get things resolved once and for all emotionally. So if you have emotional baggage with someone, you can let that go. Tuesday the 28th of April, and letting go of emotional baggage. If you don't have the person to actually speak to, like let's say you harmed someone 10 years ago and you still feel guilty about it and you want to make amends to that person today. If that person has died, you can still write a letter, you can still speak to them, or you could speak to your higher power about it. You can still let go of resentments and things like that. Tuesday, 28th, Mercury in Taurus. By the way, it's in Taurus for 3 weeks, so there's really practical thinking, grounded thinking, and like, okay, what are the steps, A, B, C, is most of May, first 3 weeks. It squares Saturn, planet of security and structure, the foundation, concrete. That's in Aquarius. So Saturn in Aquarius is about I feel solid and safe when I think and use my ideas, and I do something, again, for other people. Cancer and Aquarius, both very service-oriented and other people-oriented signs. So because Mercury is so practical on Tuesday the 28th, there's friction with Saturn in Aquarius, which is not practical. Saturn in Aquarius is like, let's get new idea to create a new future. So you may feel torn between articulating these big ideas or doing something in the here and now. Go with doing something. Don't pontificate about some idea you've got. Get on with it and do stuff. Communication isn't so good. It's not like Monday, because Saturn puts pressure on it with the square, and Saturn is, when Saturn transits your chart, it's kind of like, this is where the brakes come on, or the auditors are in. So when Saturn goes through your 5th house, it's like, okay, let's see how Greg is doing in romantic life. Oh, not so great. Well, you're gonna have to work on that. It can be brutal sometimes, but at least it opens your eyes to what you're not doing. So Tuesday is a great day to realize, ooh, this is something I've been doing subconsciously for the last 30 years. Ooh, I see it. I'm going to do it differently in future. I'm going to try it at least, and you can change that. Wednesday the 29th, the Cancer moon, first 3 days of the week, the moon is in Cancer, okay? So water, feeling, love, nurture. Expect to have a lot of feelings going on. It opposes Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, and the lucky planet Jupiter. They're both in the sign of the worker, Capricorn. So they say, look, if you want to have good luck and transform your life, then you need to work for it, okay? But in a nice way, because Cancer is self-loving and nurturing. And the Cancer moon trines the ultimate water symbol, Neptune, the planet of water. And that is in the sign of water, Pisces. So Wednesday is remarkable because during this time, the 24 hours that you've got on Wednesday, the 29th of April, for the next 3 weeks, you can emerge from your cocoon, so to speak, and say and do whatever you want, and you can be whoever you want. It's like Pluto here. That's really important. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes, and if you look at that in a human way, we can be the phoenix rising from the ashes when we change the way we think, because then we create a new kind of way of thinking for us in our brain, and then we manifest different circumstances. So Wednesday, problems that you've given up on or dreams that you've dismissed, pick those back up, because your feelings oppose Pluto and Jupiter, and they make friends with Neptune. So they're at odds with good luck and work, but it's friends with feeling. So it's through your feelings that you're able to make something tangible. At the beginning of the week, it was thinking and putting those thoughts into something practical, tangible, and that's the gift. And now it's about feelings and putting those out there practically. So really, the gift is that you can translate everything that's going on internally to almost manifest it instantly in your life by making changes. On Thursday, the 30th of April, the moon goes into Leo at 1:07 in the morning. And this is Beltane, so happy Beltane to everyone who celebrates. It's between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. It's a pagan festival. You can look it up, it's really wonderful. I don't think this year they're going to do much because of like, yeah. So they usually do it at Stonehenge. It's lovely. All right. Thursday is one of the best days of the year to get started with a new partnership or a new business on your own. Because the moon moves into Leo in the morning, Mercury is still in Taurus, and it makes friends with Uranus, the planet of the miraculous, also in Taurus. So it's like an angel ripping off the roof and coming in. Or you witness a miracle. All of us have seen miracles in our lives. Those moments where it was 99.9% against us and it turned around and it's like, what? Or when you feel like you're doing something and you feel that there's this presence, this loving presence around you, kind of taking an interest, it's like, oh, this might be an important, you know, that feeling of, oh. And that's what I get this week. It's like, oh, I see, I'm taking a little step back and I'm changing. And Thursday is one of the best days of the year so far. Because you're inspired and you're able to put that inspiration into practice immediately, both in your ideas and thinking and your feelings. Instead of having other people decide things for you, you know on Thursday the 30th, you know what you need to do for you. It's one of the best days of the year, seriously. If you want to reinvent yourself, if you want to be, you don't want to be a lawyer anymore, you want to be an accountant, it's the day to really be the phoenix and to really leave the ashes behind and to become the real you. It's amazing. On Friday, the 1st of May, we've got the moon still in Leo. Leo is a fire sign. And fire is about life purpose and structure. And look at me, attention and fun and love and children. It's ruled by the sun, so it's everything. It's our personalities, it's how we control, how we feel, we fit into the world, what our purpose is, it's all of that. So that's as happy as it can be. Happy birthday, Leos, by the way, because the moon is in Leo, excuse me. The sun rules Leo and Cancer rules the moon. But when the moon is in Leo, it's almost like it has that energy of the sun and it's very confident and it's outgoing. Even though the moon is the most intimate part of you, when it fires up, you're like, okay, let's go. It is at odds with Mars in Aquarius because it opposes it, so it's 180 degrees away from Mars in Aquarius, and it makes friends with Venus in Gemini. Venus being the planet of love, beauty, and creativity. So people who really resonate with archetypal feminine energy will be able to come out of their closets and emerge into the world with a powerful bang. So it's not just about some people being able to transform themselves. On Friday especially, it's the people who are introverts, the people who always just react to what life hands them. You should go to university. Okay, I'll go to university. I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good girl. You should get a job as a banker. Yes, father, I will go be a banker. All of that stuff. Feminine energy in astrology and the tarot always represents receiving and love and birth and nurture and life. And it's more passive than masculine energy, which is seen to be more active. So the people who live in that more introverted sphere with the moon being in Leo, boom, you're able to spring out of your box today and just liberate yourself. So people who have the confidence, or who would never have the confidence to put themselves out there, you find that you have to, because some of you on this day, you're going to be forced to do things differently to keep things moving. You're kind of being pushed in the right direction to transform and adapt to the current situation that you're in. And you are remarkably adaptable. When things change, they become normal very quickly. So use this upheaval time to, what is your new normal? And make the new normal happiness. Also, this is kind of random, but because there's so much feminine energy, surround yourself with women today. Be around loads of women. It'll be great. And also, if you'll just engage and it'll be a wonderful party. You'll just be able to communicate. In England, obviously, it has to be less than 10 people. So, but also talking to people over those Skype and video and Zoom is great. Also, guys, so if you're a man and you struggle to get women, you're going to learn something today. You know, because some guys, they don't get women, and some women don't get guys. I am a guy. I don't get other guys. I really don't get them. I get women. I get on with women, and I just don't get guys. So on this day, it's the guys, the men, who may have problems with communication, who make a breakthrough, because they too are teachable today. They actually listen, and they'll realize something that they haven't before. Yeah, so all the guys who put their foot in it all the time, pay attention on this day. You'll really improve. Good for you. On Saturday, the 2nd of May, we're in May already. I love it. 2nd of May, the 5th month of 2020. Wow, the moon moves into Virgo at 5:36 in the morning. So now the moon in Virgo is, we're at the library, and she's putting her glasses down on her nose, and she's saying, "Are you sure you took out 5 books? I think it was 6. So it's about what's going on. Let's take stock. The Virgo moon makes friends with the sun in Taurus via a trine. So the sun is in Taurus, Earth, Bull, remember? And Virgo is like the headmistress or the nurse. And she's up on that bull. Mercury and Uranus are also in Taurus, and the moon trines all of them. Yeah, so you are a young man or a young woman riding a bull, and you're galloping forward into the future. Can you imagine what that would be like, riding a bull? You know those fake bulls that you can ride at parties? I've been at like carnival things. I went on one of those at school. Those are really fun, but imagine if you actually rode a bull. It would be like sitting on a tank. It's like, it would be like riding a rhino. And astrologically, I've never seen the planets give us go ride a rhino energy. It's not usual. So on Saturday the 2nd, you are so full of positive energy and you feel so upbeat, because you can sense that there are all these amazing opportunities and possibilities out there for you, because you've changed so much during the week. You've adapted. So now you see all the other possibilities because you've changed angles, you've changed your perspective, so you can see things differently. Things will become open and available to you today. So Saturday is similar to Thursday, but it's the inspiration or the idea that is something that you learn. It's acquired. It's not generated by you. So it's not something that you come up with. It's something that you overhear or read or listen to. So make sure that on Saturday, like on Friday, that you are open and receptive to new information. Even though you're full of positive energy and want to move things forward, you're also able to listen and take the time to take things on board. And that's how you acquire new ideas today and inspiration. So you're going to be, the universe is going to speak to you through other people on Saturday. And by the universe, I mean excuse me, that energy in the sky or the universe that loves you unconditionally and that wants the best for you. And that's floating around, so make sure you listen to it and see how you can make changes to live your best life. Some people are living their best life right now, and it's so good to see. It's just so encouraging, and there's a company here formed in '69 in the UK, and it's a guy, and he's got a wine delivery service. He's got a wine delivery van, and he has made I think 10 times what he usually makes in a whole summer during this period, because people are ordering wine at home and they don't want to go to the shops to buy it. So he's had a different perspective on things, and it happens to work. So if yours doesn't work, then find another perspective. 2 women in Singapore, I think it's Singapore, they started a website called Stitches and something. The detail, I'm getting frustrated that I can't remember the names of things, but they started this business 7 or 9 years ago, and it's about crocheting and stitching and making your own pullovers and gloves and hats and stuff, and that's become really unfashionable. You know, it was much more fashionable in the 70s, 80s, I think, because now it's seen as something that older people do. Everyone's on their phones instead. So now they have seen like a 300% growth, because people are now more at home and chilling and kind of focusing on taking a break from the phones as well, from all the internet and all the advertising and all the that we're bombarded with all the time. And it's just something simple. So remember that Saturday is an amazing day to get a wonderful idea and a wonderful inspiration, and those don't come along that often. So when you get that, you can make it so that it influences your life and you weave it into your life purpose. So pay attention on Saturday. Finally, on Sunday the 3rd, Venus is in Gemini. Venus, the communication planet, is in a sign that is ruled by Mercury. It's so funny this week. So Mercury is in a sign ruled by Venus, and Venus is in a sign ruled by Mercury. So it's love through communication. Venus in Gemini is very chatty. It is at odds with Neptune in Pisces, which says go within, be internalized. Venus in Neptune says, no, I want to go out and party. The Virgo moon is saying stay home and do your homework. It squares Venus in Gemini, so obviously they're at odds, because Venus is like party time, and the Virgo moon says no, do your taxes. The Virgo moon opposes Neptune in Pisces, the ultimate fantasy planet, and it makes friends with Pluto, transformation and change, and the good luck planet Jupiter. So on Sunday, you may feel pressured and kind of overwhelmed. You may feel a bit squeezed by everything that you've taken on this week, because it's full on and you've adapted in some way this week and changed for the better, progressed spiritually. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when I do some spiritual work that's really intense, or I have a situation in my life that really frazzles me, sometimes I have an emotional hangover. I want to explain that. Like, if you drink loads in the evening, so you decide, when do I want to feel good? In the evening or in the morning? Very alcoholic thinking. And you say in the evening, and you drink your bottle of vodka if you're excessive, and then in the morning you have a terrible hangover and you feel awful. So the same thing with our feelings. If something really profound happens, your partner falls down, you have to call an ambulance, and you ride in the ambulance and you don't know what's going to happen. Or for instance, a simple stupid little thing like I did yesterday, where I tried to hang up a picture and I hammered in the nail and of course the nail hit a cable in the wall. I've never hit a water pipe or a cable ever, so of course, while everything is in lockdown, that's when you need to make these mistakes and errors. So I was lucky to get someone to actually fix it for me, so I'm so grateful just for electricity today. And that hasn't really, it's that kind of thing that in the past I would have got really frazzled over. I would have been like, oh my God, I've got no electricity, what am I gonna do? But instead I just said, okay, don't panic, do the next, it's the question, what is the next right thing? And you just do that. Even if you're panicking, you say, what is the next right? The next right thing is to call another electrician because one has said he doesn't want to do it. And by number 8, I had one. It was sorted in an hour. Amazing. Thank you to, I want to plug Sparks Tor Electrical Services. You are the best. Okay, I love you. Yes, so because you've had so much going on Sunday you may feel like you have that emotional hangover. It's like, whew, that was a lot, you know? So mediation, the divorce, the final signing off on the divorce, you may need a day or two to just process and get yourself centered again. So if there's ever a Sunday to take a day off and rest, this Sunday, May 3rd, is it. Please use the time to be as kind to yourself as possible. We don't have a moon in Cancer anymore at the end of the week. So you need to deliberately be kind to yourself and remember to be kind to yourself. And celebrate the week's achievements. Seriously, most people achieve something and resolve it and move on to the next problem immediately. They don't take time to celebrate that they've solved this problem. Do that for yourself. I got the electricity back on. Hooray! I'm going to celebrate that I have electricity. Any reason for a party, seriously, on Sunday. I remember I watched an episode of The Real Housewives and they were having an Aries party because she was an Aries. So of course you have to throw a party for that, right? Any excuse to throw a party. So, because it's in England, you can't do more than 9. I'm telling you that you're still going to have those feelings to want to be around people and to do something fun. And you can do something fun with a couple of people. But if you can't, then it's time to celebrate yourself and to really make it happen for yourself. And you be your best friend and you be your 5 friends who would usually come around. Treat yourself and avoid work if you possibly can. I mean, if you're on shift work or Sunday is your busiest day, you can't take that off. But if you can alter it, please do, because working on Sunday the 3rd is going to feel much more arduous than it usually does. You're just going to be like, oh, I need a break, emotional hangover. So do yourself the favor, if you can, take Sunday off. So that's what I get for you for the week, starting Monday the 27th of April, going through until Sunday the 3rd of May. So I hope that has given you an idea of what you're working with this week. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. And at the moment, we have the coupon code Spring Special, 25% off all priority and emergency readings. I do different readings on the website. The regular ones, there's a wait. Then the urgent ones, there's a shorter wait and emergency. If you really need to speak to me, then you can speak to me within 24 hours. And because what's going on, I think it's just fair to put a discount on those, because if you really are panicking or something and you feel that I could give you some sort of comfort or support or anything like that, then of course I want to discount that. Okay, so in my personal readings I use astrology. I use also the tarot, which I use while I'm doing the chart. The numbers are always incorporated. So if your sun is at 8 degrees, it's like, wow, extra power. I use that in my charts. You've got the Sabian Oracle, which because it's 365 degrees, so each angle, 184, has a certain energy to it. Look that up. The Sabian Oracle has a message for each angle of those 365 degrees. It's lovely. It's like pulling a card out of a deck. So I use the numbers and I use my intuition. So I can answer any questions you've got about life purpose or what you're supposed to do work-wise, what your talents are really, and where you're supposed to thrive, what area of your life is supposed to be easy and effortless and where you're supposed to put in some work or where you have to put in some work. And also the thing that you can heal as you get older. Maybe something has been difficult, doesn't mean it's always going to be difficult. So if there are particular things that seem like wounds in your life that never heal, then that's also going to be in the chart, and I can look at that for you and we can look at how to heal that wound. Because we carry around a lot of stuff without knowing. I guess I was thinking about this earlier. Human beings, we hold on to everything because we don't trust that there's going to be more. We always think there's going to be a lack, and that lack mentality creates lack. So every day is an opportunity to let go a little bit more. I let go of my life, I let go of things, I let go of worry, and hand it over to something or someone that you feel loves you unconditionally, and that you're in the hands of the universe, because that's the best friend you're ever gonna make. So if you would like a reading with me, then just head over to gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Share it online, that would be awesome. Have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you next week.